My name is Diane Raden, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I heard the announcements on Mike Broomhead's show and listened to that, and then my son encouraged me to go to the home show. And so I went to the home show with the idea that I would see two different contractors that I was considering. And I went to both of those contractors, and when I left that show, I knew that TraVek was preferred over the other contractor. And then I did two other bids and had two contractors other than TraVek come into the home, and I knew right away that it was going to be TraVek that was going to get my business, because I felt comfortable, and I felt like there was a real honest authenticness about your company. So TraVek got the business. Actually, we did stuff in five rooms in my 8-room house, but the main work was done in the kitchen and in the master bathroom. And then I had things like popcorn ceilings removed from different rooms, and so work was done actually in 5 rooms. So my whole house was a mess during the construction, I should say. That's a great story. I actually, when Hans came to talk to me and to find out initially what I needed, wanted, and what I was looking for, he didn't do very much of the talking. I have a sales background, and so I was really waiting for him to take notes, and he didn't take any notes. And so we talked for about 2 hours, and then he left, and I kind of wondered, okay, so he didn't take any notes. I wonder if he really got what is really important to me. And so then we kind of talked on the phone, and he was going to put the design package together, and I was going to go out to the office and take a look at the computerized images. And so the night before, I went through the computer, went on your website, selected the things that appealed to me, and took copies of them and put them in my purse, just so that I could express what was important to me. And when I got out to the office, we sat down at the computer, and he showed me the images that he had come up with. And I didn't say anything, and he just kind of looked at me and he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, I'll show you what I think." And I took the images that I had printed out of my purse and laid them out on the table, and they were exactly what Hans had put together for this project. So not only did he give me total attention, but he listened to a point for 2 hours that he totally got who I am and what was important to me. And I'm happy to say that the house looks just like the picture. Every day I would go to work, and so TraVek was in my house. I had no concerns about that. Every night when I came home, I could see what was different, and it was exciting to see that. And was the house a mess? Yeah, 5 rooms in my house were torn up. So it was a mess, but it was, if you can imagine, a clean mess. So the areas that I was living in were completely clean. And probably the best thing that happened was the one night when I came home. I didn't get home until about 6 o'clock at night, and Sam was still here working, and it was a Friday. And I said, "Sam, what are you doing here at 6 o'clock on a Friday night?" And he said, "I told you," and that's when they were taking down the popcorn ceiling, which is, as you know, a mess. He said, "I told you that I would have this cleaned up for the weekend, and I'm not leaving until I get that finished." And I tell you, that just blew me away. For a lot of people, I think it's important the quality of the work and the way the whole process works, and that is important to me. But the most important thing to me is that I'm dealing with honest, authentic, caring people. And I'm happy to say that 2 years later, I still think about TraVek. I still get in contact with the people because they're so real. And that to me was, it's not like, all the other things that were important, the cost of the estimate, everything was kept, it didn't cost me any more in the end than they said in the beginning, and the work was done in a timely manner, and all of that is important, but the most important thing to me was that I was dealing with people who really cared to make this the best project for me. I would say, so many times I went to exercise class and I would hear these people that were going through a remodel, and they would tell me these horror stories. And I would just smile and say, I'm not having any of those issues. And so if you're looking for a company that you're not going to have any issues with, and that you're going to watch with excitement the change in your house, then hire TraVek.